Why Yelp is a miserable company. Yelp holds itself out as being some bastion of honest, pure reviews, and they're anything but. When I first opened an account with them some time ago, as a small business, very often our transactions are very personal. And so some of our reviews can be somewhat effusive because it's a very personal transaction. Well, half my reviews were grayscaled. And so I called Yelp and said, why is this? Well, nobody is better at coming up with objections, overcoming objections than Yelp. And it's just all bullshit. So they gave me a bunch of horseshit reasons. Now, if somebody leaves a negative review in Yelp's infinite wisdom, they have to be sincere. They cannot be a vandal. They cannot be a teenager. They cannot be somebody with an axe to grind. They can't even be a competitor who's trying to hurt their competition. No, because they're negative, they have to be genuine. On the other hand, if somebody leaves a positive review, then it has to be a fraud, especially if they're primitive algorithms, and I mean primitive, determine that you haven't left reviews all over town, so God almighty, you have to be fraudulent. Well, maybe you're a customer who had a really positive experience and you feel strongly enough that you want to leave a review. Well, in Yelp's wisdom, they're a fraud. On top of that, in my industry, for example, an industry has descended upon this industry and said, listen, we're going to help you make more money. So we're going to implement all these incentive programs. And a lot of you have experienced that. I had a plumber come out, or I had Roto-Rooter does some of that, I think. At least one of the local branches I know of. They implement all these incentive programs and they say, you're going to make more money if you sell this. And many of you have found that objectionable. He didn't give me something that was objective. He apparently had a dog in the fight, and he did. So the decision you make impacts his personal family's finances, and that's objectionable. It's a built-in conflict of interest. Well, Yelp has done the exact same thing. If you own a dog grooming business or an electrical contractor or whatever it is, and you search for your company name, Bill's Electric Service, they will have to search to find you because 10 other contractors will appear before Bill's electric contractor because they paid to be there. Well, tell me that's not a built-in conflict of interest. Yelp is just a miserable company. And so they'll say, because they are very good at coming up with bullshit responses, see, Bill's Electric Service is still there. Yeah, after a dog grooming business, after a roofer, after 4 other electrical contractors, after all this other stuff. So sure, you can find Bill's Electric Service if you look for it. And so Yelp, they're just, they're whores. I mean, the reviews have to be paid for. And so I think Yelp is hardly the bastion of reviews that everybody thinks they are. They're simply a pay-to-play organization. And so you've already noticed this in other places when you go on the internet to search, and you'll see all these other places that have kind of paid to be there, and they have nothing to do with what you're looking for. Well, that's Yelp. Yelp is a pay-to-play operation, and you're not getting unvarnished reviews from them. You're not.